you stand and where you look at the ni hao, the image of the ni hao quite different. And also, when I go to Japan, the airplane always pass Koloa and ni hao. And from above, I can always see ni hao above. And then ni hao is like something like rectangle, but a little like shaping. So that's very interesting. Depending on where you look at the ni hao look different. So this is just like reality. Reality is actually your own viewpoint, from your own viewpoint. And it's hard to get from other viewpoint, but just like listing up synonyms and antonyms, then we get more visualization of the reality. So this Buddhism actually teaches us various viewpoints, and also one of the easy way is that to learn another language. Another language is actually depending on the culture, their culture, how the culture sees the reality, how the culture sees the reality. Then we know more about the reality. And one of the very interesting word, photograph, photography. And till yesterday, I didn't know photography or photograph came from Greek word. Yeah. So photo or photos is actually Greek. Its meaning is light. I didn't know it. And just like calligraphy, you know, is a Greek. And kali is actually beauty. And graphy is actually to write. So the meaning of calligraphy is to write beauty. You know, write beautiful writing is the meaning of calligraphy, and photography is actually we know, but more. How about Japanese? You know, Japanese photography is there is a word shashin. So shashin is a Japanese word for photography. Then, just like we can divide word photo and graphy, 写真 can be divided in two parts, 写 and 真. And 写 is to reflect. And 真, right? No, 真 is actually truth. So sometimes 写真, 写 means to copy the truth. And photography, light and lighting. So that's how we see the reality. Japanese think that photography is to copy the truth, to reflect the truth. And English culture is actually photography is like kind of new word, like 19th century. The person who created the camera named the photography. But this is writing of light. This is not the question which is correct. which is more correct, but they are both correct. Just the difference from the viewpoint or culture. And so, how about another synonyms or paraphrase of the body? And actually, body, Chinese people, 3 words, and actually 4 words, came from Buddha awakening, originally awakening. And so body is actually nowadays meaning enlightenment. But enlightenment is kind of new word since 18th or 19th century, enlightenment movement. So we can also paraphrase enlightenment. So the Chinese enlightenment, one is wise or wisdom, that we call qi. Another translation is it's a michi or do or michi in Japanese. And another translation is kaku, awakening. So that is chi, do, kaku. They are translated. Body. What is body? What is enlightenment? Then Chinese thought, oh, that must be wisdom, or that must be Tao, the road, way. It's a way to get to the enlightenment, or it's awakening. They are all correct, but different expression. And also, interesting translation of body is bodhi. No translation. No translation is also a major way. What is body? Oh, it's they write down according to Chinese character. That is bodhi. They have their own Chinese characters, and they just copy the sound. They just copy the sound, and to leave the meaning to you, to the readers. No translation. They just copy. So, in a sense, Buddhism actually we call Buddhism, but we still use Buddha is actually Sanskrit word. No actually translation. Meaning, we understand, no translation. So there are lots of actually no translation was common because this is the huge meaning, huge meaning, and very important. So another, then coming to Japanese, what is body? Then there are word Jodo. So Jodo over here is to become Buddha. Oh, what is enlightenment? Oh, it is to become Buddha. So that is Jodo. The meaning is to become Buddha. So Jodo means to become a Buddha. To become a Buddha. But interestingly, nowadays, when we call Jobutsu, Jobutsu means to pass away. Somebody to die is Jobutsu. So this indicates that dying or death is not the end. Buddha. So that indicates Jodo, the word Jodo, to become a Buddha means death, because death is another possibility to become Buddha. And next, Satori. Satori is actually, and Satori is very famous because of deity Suzuki. Daisetsu Suzuki. He wrote about, Zen, and he used Satori, no translation, Satori, as a meaning of enlightenment. And Satori means like getting. So the most easy, understanding Satori, I get it, I got it. No, actually, I got it. Oh, I got it. Satori. Oh. Or we can say realize, realize. Or also nowadays, the word mindful is very popular. Mindful. So we can say mindful, not notice, but now I'm very mindful. So Satori is a meaning like got it, realize, and be mindful. So this is very popular. And another way is Kensho. So means Ken is to see, to look. And show is nature. So Kensho, the word Kensho is actually the word to see the true nature. That is enlightenment. Not surface, not surface, but to look its nature. What is our essence? What is the core? What is happening? So to look at nature, Kensho is another expression of enlightenment. And then Nirvana. Lately we had Nirvana service. But Nirvana actually we call Nehan. Nirvana, Nehan, very similar because no translation. Just copy the sound. And from India to China, China to Korea, Korea to Japan, Nirvana become Nehan. Yeah. So that's why it's similar, but actually no translation. Copy the sound, person by person. So Nirvana is actually enlightenment, but original meaning is like to extinguishment, go of the three poisons. That is the Nirvana. To blow off the fire, to blow the three poisons of the. So that's Nirvana. People name. And then we can say prajna. Enlightenment or wisdom. Oh, what is enlightenment? Yes, that prajna is nothing but wisdom. Nothing but wisdom. And the interesting Japanese chie. Chi means to know. And e, in many cases, blessing. What is blessing? Then, or that wisdom. Then, what is wisdom? Then we can also divide. Oh, what is wisdom is to know the blessing that we are living. So this is very similar to mindful. We are living now. That's a blessing. So to know the blessing is actually wisdom. Then we can say truth. Enlightenment is truth. That's a universal truth. This is another expression of truth. And then, how Buddhism sees the truth? How Buddhism sees the truth? There are four noble truths. That is dukkha satya, suffering, reason of suffering, suffering, gone, the way of suffering, no more suffering. So they are called dukkha satya, samdaya satya, nirodha satya, maruga satya. It means so Buddha deeply realized our nature, and our nature is suffering. We are destined to have a very basic understanding of that. As soon as we are born, we are going to death. This is nothing but suffering. So Buddha sees that four kinds of suffering. That is birth, getting old, getting sickness, and get die. So that are the four major suffering. And also we have also four more another suffering, like to depart. It's a suffering to depart someone you love. It's a great suffering. We call it aizo riku. So aizo riku is to depart. We have to depart someone we love. That is great suffering. And another suffering is that onzo eku. Onzo eku is that in the community, in the society, there is always that we have to live together with someone we don't like, or we are not, someone maybe we kind of don't like, or that kind of feeling that we have to have. That is Buddha mentions that another suffering. That is called onzo eku. Onzo eku is that on is a kind of hate, and to meet somebody hated person. That is onzo eku. And then gufutoku is I want, but I cannot get it. Yeah. So this happened many times. I want to be healthy, but cannot get it. So that is we call gufutoku, cannot get it. And then the last one is that gounjoku, the five elements of our body. Uh, so because we have five functions, because we have five functions, that five function, each five function gets suffering. So that is Shiki, Ju, So, Gyo, Shiki. What is a five function? Shiki is substance or body. That is a very basic of the five elements, five functions. That is, we have body, we have substance. Then, Ju is like to feel. How do you receive? How do you receive the reality? The way to receive, like feel, uh, uh, for example, if we see mango, we think, oh, mango delicious, yeah, or sweet, something sweet. So this is kind of, when we see the object, we naturally receive the kind of experience or function to feel. What kind of impression? If we can say impression. That is one of the impression. And then so is you have your own image of the mango. You have your, what is sweet mango? Maybe depending on your experience, oh, mango, Miss Kaneko, they have a very sweet mango. Whenever I hear mango, I imagine your mango. Yeah, so like manner, sometimes mango, green mango can be very tasty, right? Sweet. So depending on your imagination or experience, so mango. So this is like to imagine, to in the mind. And then Jodo is action. Okay, I go get mango, or I go buy mango. So that kind of action we also have elements. This is so go, and then the last functions of our mind is to recognize the difference. Oh, this and this are different. So these are we call five elements, five functions of human thoughts. Then, because these five also have suffering. So that's all 8 sufferings. So anyway, that 8 suffering. And then why the second truth is, why this suffering happen? It's because we have desire. We have desire that we want to be better. Yeah. So this desire is no ending, no ending. Only way to stop the desire is that to stop it, to stop it. But as long as we live, we want to live that kind of very strong desire. And the more we strong, the more we have to suffer. And so that the reason of suffering is nothing but desire. Or we can say 3 poisons. Tonjinchi, desire, hate, anger. And number 3 is delusion or ignorance. Then, however, we know this suffering can be gone. This suffering can be gone. That is another truth that Buddhism teaches. Suffering can be gone. Suffering, we can stop suffering. We can escape from the samsara, the reincarnation of the suffering. That is the truth. And then how we can stop the suffering is what Buddhism teaches, the way of no suffering. So circle is actually no beginning and no ending. When you enter the circle, you have to keep going and going. So this is, in a sense, like reincarnation. Our thoughts, once we think, we continue to think to know the reason. And we continue to ask, why? But once we ask why, there is actually no answer why. The answer, what we think why, is just like temporary answer. Then next step, we can always ask why. So that means that if we ask why, there is no answer. And answer is often changed to the what or how or like why my cat died. Why my cat died? You know, oh, cat died because of cancer. But this is not the answer. We think this is answer. Why cancer? Why my cat died? Oh, this is because of the cancer. She got cancer. We think answer. But this is how she died. And what is death? So why we didn't? Oh, because living thing, it's a fate. But actually, this is not the answer why. Why my cat died? It's destiny. Then why it's destiny? Why it's destiny? The destiny, most people understand, oh, that's our fate. We have to die. Those who are born have to die. It's a fate. Sounds like true answer. Sounds like true answer. But actually, why fate? Then another question starts. So no matter how good answer, it's just like temporary answer. At the next moment, why? We start going. So the only way to stop the answer is, okay, we give up to receive whatever, the situation. To ask, actually, to stop thinking why is the only answer that we can get out. So the Zen, teaching of Zen is nothing but this, to stop asking why. What is the truth, enlightenment? It's like, oh, the tree is green, the bird is singing. That's a, and then our common people, why? No, that's not wrong. The moment you ask why, you're wrong. You just accept, what it is. I know what is happening. So this is actually the answer reincarnation is same thing. As long as we continue to seek the answer, we never get the answer. We always get, temporary answer, but not true answer. The only way is that we stop thinking. We stop. That is maybe a part of it. Because the enlightenment I not yet, so I actually cannot talk, but this is something that the Buddha teaches. So say this is all truth. But as we get more paraphrase, a very interesting word is shogaku. So shogaku is a right awakening. So this is enlightenment. What is enlightenment? Many people translate enlightenment is awakening. But this shogaku is right awakening. Right awakening. And then we have another word that mujo shogaku. Mujo is no more above. No more above means that supreme. Supreme right awakening. So enlightenment is supposed to be simple awakening, but the more years pass, there are more words like not just this is not just awakening, but this is right awakening. And then another word, oh no, this is there should be supreme right awakening. And then over here, Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi is Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi is the very best supreme best supreme right awakening. So awakening should be the number one, but as we study higher state, that so there are many words created. Oh, sorry. I think I talked too much. So this is anyway to Higan today's service. Higan is actually to how we can get to the other shore. How can we can get to the enlightenment? Then simply six traditional practices. Six simple practices is first dana, donation, and next the shira is precepts, to have precepts or to rules. And number three practice is perseverance, to be patient with the practice. And number four practice is vidya, is like efforts, making efforts, making efforts. Then number five practice is dhyana. Dhyana became the word Zen. Dhyana is a meditation, concentrate the mind. And then six practice is prajna. So over here, number one, dana, shila, kshanti, vidya, dhyana, prajna. They are called six ways of the to attain wisdom. Perfect wisdom. Not only perfect wisdom, it's a very best supreme enlightenment. So six ways. So the first dana is like we need open mind. Open mind. Whenever we start like we want to learn like baseball, we need to be open mind. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. You know, but we need to have open mind. That's a very first step. You know, to put aside like or dislike, open mind to know what is soccer. That is the very first step of the six ways of getting enlightenment. First, open mind. That is, I understand. Now I understand dana. Open mind. By being open mind, we can accept anybody and to listen. To listen. What is basement? Then we start baseball. Its next is like rule. Oh, you need to get 5 o'clock in the morning for practice. And you need to repeat, you know, the simple action, running, catch ball, repeat and repeat. Then there is a rule, you know, to do the baseball. So we need to actually learn and practice the rule. That is shira, the precept. Then what we need is that perseverance, because kind of basic action, running and catch ball, is not fun. But by doing, repeating the same action, simple action, then we get improved. Running many times can be faster. These are very basic that we need to be perseverance. Patient is very important. That's the third step, that be patient. And number 4 is Belia is like making efforts. Then be patient and making efforts. And number 5 is like concentration. Concentration that you need to do, concentrate on the ball to hit. Well, whenever ball goes, we concentrate to look. That's very important. And then we get wisdom. Number 6, wisdom to all ground. So this is not only baseball, but can be applied to, I always example like sushi. Okay, today what kind of sushi make? And I look at the refrigerator, open mind, and to do, recipe like rice and vinegar, that I have to follow the recipe. that, and then, okay, I have to make, I'm busy, but, this is kind of patience that we need. And then do it and do it and do it like rolling and rolling and rolling, do it with concentration, concentrate. Then we get good sushi. So whatever we do, baseball, soccer, or study too. Like we have to follow the rule, be patient, making effort and concentration to have examination. You listen, you listening. So these 6 practice, Prajna parameter, very important for everything. But I feel most important is the patience. Patience is important, but so C6 is important not only Buddhism, but applied to everything. So this is what we can say the truth. Okay, page 12, please. Thank you. We start the service. aspire for my body to be as pure as an incense burner. I aspire for my mind to be like a light of wisdom. In every song, I burn this incense of discipline and meditation to dedicate myself to the past, present, and future goodness of certain directions. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Buddhas who eternally dwell in the lands of the ten directions. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Dharma, the teachings which eternally exist in the lands of the ten directions. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Sangha, the community which eternally exists in the lands of the ten directions. We reverently call upon Amida Buddha, the world honored to enter this sacred place. We reverently call upon Shakyamuni Tathagata, the enlightened one, to enter this sacred place. We reverently call upon the Tathagatas of the ten directions to enter this sacred place. The harmful actions I have done in the past are all derived from my inherent greed, anger, and delusion. All of my conduct, words, and thoughts, I now repent them all. Junen. Namu Ami Namu Namu Ami Namu Namu Ami Namu Namu Ami Namu. Namu Ami Namu Namu Ami Namu Namu Ami Namu Namu Ami Namu. Namu Ami Namu Shi Namu Ami Namu. Page 17, 開教下。無常人事The vast, profound, and wondrous Dharma, even after 100,000 million years, is deeply difficult to encounter. We now hear, receive, and uphold it. May we understand the true message of the Tathagata. Page 80. Page 80. Heart Sutra. Prajna Paramita Sutra. The great perfect wisdom Heart Sutra. The noble Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, while practicing deeply the perfection of wisdom, realized that the five aggregates are empty, thus attaining release from all suffering. Shariputra, form is no different from emptiness, and emptiness is no different from form. Form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. Feeling, perception, so like this. Shariputra, all the dharmas, phenomena are marked by emptiness. They neither arise nor cease. They neither divide nor pure. They neither increase nor decrease. Thus, in emptiness, there is no form, no sensation, perception, action, and consciousness. No eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. No form, sound, scent, taste, touch, and cognition. There is no realm of sight, and so on up to the realm of consciousness. There is no ignorance, nor the extinction of ignorance. Further, there is no old age and death, no extinction of old age and death. There is no suffering, origination, cessation, and past. There is no wisdom and no attainment. Without anything to attain, a bodhisattva relies on the perfection of wisdom. Thus, the mind is without obstacles. Without any obstacles, therefore, it is without fear. Far beyond all disordered perfection, one reaches Nibbana. All the Buddhas of the past, present, and future depend on the perfection of wisdom and thus attain Anuttara Samyak Sambhava and surpass perfect awakening. Thus know the perfection of wisdom as great transcendent Mantora, the splendid Mantora, the unsurpassed Mantora, the incomparable Mantora, capable of removing all suffering is truth, not false. Thus we proclaim the perfection of wisdom Mantora, proclaim this Mantora which says, gone, 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 gone beyond, completely gone to the other shore of true awakening. This is the heart of perfect wisdom Sutra. Page 23. Page 23. 23ページ。大本税願極楽しを上さんと栄光Amida Buddha's original vows are the essential getting to the ultimate truth. May this scenario be transferred equally to enable us to immediately attain first in the field. 10年。ナムアミナベナムアミナベナムアミナベナムアミナアムアミナベナムアミナベナムアミナベナムアミナナムアミナベシマムアミナベPage 24. 省略文。法明天上一の世界で無種のナムアミナ 62 dedication of merit. I, living as a king of the great compassionate vows, Amida Buddha, the dispatcher and founder of the teaching Shakyamuni Buddha, or the Buddhas, as many as the sons of the Ganges in the six directions, unknown Seishi, all the great bodhisattvas, the world assemblies of ultimate bliss, the beings of the pure and great oceans, and the three treasures and great compassion. May there be harmony below the heavens, with the sun and the moon shining brightly. May the wind and rain be timely, and disasters and calamities not arise. May nations be bountiful, people safe, and armies and weapons not to be used. Let us revere birth and humanity and cultivate respect and humility. Our High Patriarch Borneo, the Great Master Shandao, our founder, the Great Master Enko Toten Kejo, Okaku Chikyo Meisho, Bajun Oni Daishi Honen Shon, the second Patriarch, National Teacher, Daisho Shoju Shoko Shon, the third Patriarch, the Recording and Meditation Master, Kishu Yochu Shon, the light of transmitting the pure land of the three countries and all the great patriarchs by realizing the compassionate blessings. The founding master of our temple, the restorer, and all the priests who serve this temple with sufficient practice will achieve perfect enlightenment. My prayers to my teachers and ministers, to my father and mother, to all the temple members, donors, and all living beings with whom I have karmic connections. May all those who are living experience joy, prosperity, and longevity without limit. May those who have died escape from suffering and transcend to be born into the pure life. We pray for the peace and stability of our temple and for complete affinity with the past. May we be completely free of hindrances and cultivate our practice of the Buddhist path. Since the founding of this temple, Jodo members, the daily and the recently deceased, those in the intermediate stage of existence, and to all spirits. May we cultivate virtues so that they may be enlightened. We now here along with the virtues accumulated from this place of practice to transfer our merit to our beloved ones for their happiness and achievement of enlightenment. 三以上来諸神道具外出本日悲願に際し本日三家の各家先祖代々また願わくはKoloa浄土に相談しと各家先祖代々自然増上もらい先死病物の難病資産が言わんで無縁ないし崩壊病の利益Page 26. 26. So, okay. 安にしくとく病の聖才の保守保大し往生なんWe aspire for these merits and virtues to be equally bestowed upon all. And may we together develop the aspiration for enlightenment to achieve God's in the pure land of peace and peace. Namu Amida 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 Krishna Namu Amida Page 27, slogan. 'However innumerable sentient beings are, I honestly vow to enlighten them all. However inexhaustible delusions are, I honestly vow to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the Buddha's teachings are, I honestly vow to comprehend them all. I sincerely wish to share with the blessing with all beings. Together we are born into the pure life of ultimate bliss to achieve the way of the Buddha. Sancho Page 29. May we now call upon all the Buddhas to return to their lands. We offer incense and flowers in appreciation to send them home. We ask for your compassionate guidance and protection. May those who have gone before us to encourage us to attain first in the pure journey. Thank you very much. This concludes the service. So in the textbook, like 27 from the fourth sentence, 무조 보다. And page 26. The bodai is actually mujo bodai seigansho is actually mujo bodai body. Is used bodai body. So in Japanese bodai, in Sanskrit body, and over here dohotsu bodai shin. So this is also bodai chitta is an aspiration for use bodai as a meaning of body.ありがとうございました。今日じゃあおたもちとお寿司があります。プレゼントリフレッシュメント。